The Sandinista attack came in the early morning. Commandant Mike Lima, officer commanding the defense and counterattacks, directs operations by radio from a command post in the hills. Firing from high ground, the heavy machine guns are used in support of the guerrillas fighting a running battle in the thick jungle undergrowth on the banks of the Bocay River. In the valley, a very young Contra directs his 60mm mortar fire at the advancing Sandinista troops, the fall of his rounds being observed and coordinated from the vantage point of the command post. Soon, the dreaded Soviet Hind helicopter gunships arrive. The Contras take cover as the deadly multi-barreled machine guns spit death at them. The helicopters flying between the hills are at the same altitude as the 12.7 machine gun position on the hill and are engaged briefly, but with little effect. The gun position on the hill is soon bracketed by effective enemy mortar fire, causing it to be temporarily abandoned. The following morning, Commandant Mike Lima explains the situation. At the moment, the battle is being fought along two flanks. The eastern flank is the Bocay River, and the western flank is the Coco River. Our troops are at the moment holding the Sandinista advance between these two rivers. Do you think you can maintain this position? Yes, we'll be able to hold it. What about ammunition? Have you sufficient? Well, at the moment, things are fairly slow, so I don't believe we have a problem. If we take it easy, we still have plenty for the offensive. At the moment, we believe we have 1 to 3 companies of Sandinistas, 400 or so men opposing us. And how many men do you have? Well, at the moment, things are about equal. They have about 400 and we have about 400. We think they probably will have more men behind them, but for the moment, well, we're about equal. Okay. After 5 days of fighting, the wounded wait to be airlifted out of the battle zone. Medical attention in the field is rudimentary, although the paramedics are well supplied with drugs and dressings. This close to the Honduran air bases, the Contras can afford to evacuate casualties by helicopter. Deeper into Nicaragua, this is impossible, and the mortality rate amongst the wounded is high. Of the original patrol seen setting out at the beginning of this report, only one was still operational at the end. Here, one of the youngest in the group suffers a serious gut wound in silence. Only 4 days before, fit and healthy, he shared a meal with his friends. At last, the medical evacuation helicopter arrives through the early morning mist. A Hughes 500. It is uncertain who it belongs to, but it is flown by an ex-Nicaraguan Air Force pilot who has been shot down on 2 previous occasions. The wounded are loaded by aid station staff and are soon on their way to proper medical attention at the FDN's well-equipped field hospital in Honduras. The battle is over. As in other guerrilla wars, the result is inconclusive for either side. The casualty ratios are roughly equal, and territory gained or lost is of no great consequence. But the major questions remain. Are the Contras able to free Nicaragua by armed struggle? And can the Nicaraguan resistance present a united political front and produce military successes that will engender the continued support of the United States?